to Boise, capital of Idaho, home of the Broncos of Boise State. 16-7, facing off against the San Jose State Spartans. 12-12, live from ExtraMile Arena in Boise, Idaho. Derek Clark here with Stanford two-time champion Angela Taylor. And Angela, we have a great one going for you guys tonight, and one of the best players we'll see in the conference tonight is Tyson Degenhart.
Yeah, forward Tyson Degenhart is a special player who flat out impacts winning on both ends of the floor. Degenhart is somebody who, if this Boise State squad intends on making it to postseason play, he's going to have to play at an elite level, which he's more than capable of, averaging 17 points on the season. He's able to score at all levels of the floor, an efficient scorer with great hands and great footwork. He's going to be a problem for the San Jose State team today.
See the lineups there for Boise State. Straw that stirs the Broncos drink is Alvaro Cardenas, transfer from San Jose State. He's at the point guard spot.
Yeah, another one of the special players for San Jose State is for Josh Udije. He's averaging 25 points over the last 3 games. He's playing exceptionally well, had 30 points the other night, and has the ability to score from anywhere on the floor. Spreads the floor from the 3-point line and attacks the paint with reckless abandon.
San Jose State, one of the more athletic teams in the Mountain West Conference. They have a lot of guards that can get up and down the floor and get it done in a variety of different ways, Angela. This is a very fast team. Throw the record out. I can guarantee you they'll be here to compete with Boise State.
Well, guard play is one of the keys to success in the NCAA and certainly in postseason play. So Boise State, you're going to have to really pay attention to these guards. They're going to put a lot of pressure on Boise State's guards defensively.
There's Leon Rice, of course, the winningest coach in Boise State history. 2-time Mountain West Conference Coach of the Year. And on the other side, there's Tim Miles. Miles, of course, former broadcaster for our own network, Angela. And now he's back on the sidelines in his 4th season as San Jose State head coach.
I don't think either one of us is going to be on the sidelines in our future for any of these coaching staffs.
Well, one thing you can count on here at Boise State is the atmosphere is absolutely electric. The fans bring it every time there is a game here. And tonight, no different.
Yes, ExtraMile Arena is a really difficult place to play.
Tip is controlled by the Spartans. Here's Yap Jr. with a transfer from Fresno State. One of the many combo guards in the San Jose State attack.
Boise State's perimeter players do a nice job of navigating these on-ball screens.
Shot clock winding down the first possession for the Spartans. Got to get up. Yap, the floater, nice.
Nice runner by Yap. Does an excellent job of curling off of that screen, getting space in the middle of the key.
Here's the point guard, Cardenas. Coming back to get it. Coach Tim Miles said that they wanted to be physical with Cardenas on the perimeter. He knows Cardenas very, very well. Obviously spent his first 3 years of college basketball with Miles. Here's Keene firing up a rare shot. Doesn't take many. That one short with the shot clock winding down. So both teams already, Angela, with good solid defensive possessions, forcing the team to shoot low in the shot clock, but San Jose State scoring again. They're 2 for their first 2.
You can tell already early in this ball game, San Jose State is determined to attack the paint off the dribble and force Boise State's defenders to defend on the move.
Keene passed up a look that time. They show 2 bodies on the screen. Cardenas goes around it. Excellent pass down for the big man inside, Emmanuel Ugbo. And Boise State's on the board.
Special about Cardenas, his ability to put the ball on the floor, attack the paint, keep his eyes up, and get the ball to open shooters or cutters.
There's a Duje down for Viola. Has a one-on-one matchup. The repost. Patience. Nearly traveled, and he did travel. So good one-on-one defense by Ugbo, and that is why Angela Leon Rice put him in the starting lineup. Rice loves his defense, and he gets the stop one-on-one right there.
Rice talks a lot about Ugbo's communication and effort on the defensive end, and we saw it right there.
Degenhart, hello.
We talked about Degenhart has to be elite. We know he has the ability to score. San Jose State is going to try to take the ball out of his hand, so it's good to see Degenhart get going early on in this ball game.
McClendon probing. Viola posts again. They're going to guard him one-on-one again. Left-hand hook, just a little bit short. Another good defensive possession by Ugbo.
Great defense without fouling, being really physical and forcing Viola off the block, but not fouling.
Cross-court pass checked down by Meadow. Cardenas on a pick and roll. Shot clock under 10. They move it around. Meadow to the basket.
Didn't get the results he wanted, Meadow, but he's been doing an excellent job this season attacking the rim.
Duje a little bit long on that one. Duje, the leading scorer for the Spartans, coming over from Utah State, was a sixth man of the year last year, and a great get for Miles in this squad. But there's a great get for Leon Rice and his squad. Cardenas knocks down a pretty jumper.
Cardenas impacts the game in many ways with the ball in his hand, whether he's creating for himself or for others. And Boise State on a 6-0 run has done a great job on the defensive end, holding San Jose State without scoring for the last 2.5 minutes.
Cardenas manipulating the defense. Little floater, and that time he drew the foul.
Nice job by Cardenas, kind of snaking that screen. Nice on-ball screen. And right now, Alvaro Cardenas is going to work here in ExtraMile Arena. Boise State's up 6-4 early in this ball game.
Back with you here in ExtraMile Arena. It was San Jose State that got out and scored the first 4 points of the ball game, but Angela, Boise State now on a 6-0 run. How have they sort of turned around this start when it looked like the Spartans were ready to deliver the first blow?
The Spartans wanted to come out and attack Boise State defensively, put a lot of pressure on the ball. And Cardenas has done an excellent job of handling the ball and actually using it against San Jose State by attacking the paint and forcing help to come over. He's had a nice dump off in the lane. And then when help didn't come over, he was able to get his own shot.
First free throw by Cardenas is good. Foul went on Hall, who picked up foul number 1. Early substitutions for Leon Rice. Buchanan comes in, as does Bowie. Cardenas, the leader of the Mountain West in assists per game. He has been passing the ball for quite some time now at an elite level.
A little full court pressure by Boise State early on.
This is what Leon Rice went over in his shoot-around. And Angela, when they lost to San Diego State, talking about San Jose State here, when they were up by 20, one of the things that San Diego State did to them was that, give them some pressure and force them out of their rhythm.
You see already the shot clock is winding down, and they haven't gotten a good look.
Duje can't bail them out. That is exactly what San Diego State did, and Leon Rice has taken note.
It took 10 seconds for them to even get into the first entry pass, and that's exactly what Boise State wants to do.
Here is Bowie, the freshman, with it. Degenhart has a one-on-one look in the corner. Good defense by Viola.
good floor spacing with shooters on the floor for Boise State.
Speaking of shooting, there goes Meadow. He's been shooting the rock with excellence this season, but can't quite get that one to go.
That's good process and offense right there. Inside out.
Degenhart went to the basket, but there was a foul called on the floor.
If you're Boise State, you're going to have to get back quickly in transition. San Jose State wants to run the ball up your throat, so if you don't get back in transition and stop the ball, then you're going to see a lot of folks going to the rim.
Foul goes on. Cardenas commits his first non-shooting foul. Here's the big man, Chol Mario, into the game. We get it to Hall, posting against the smaller man, Cardenas. Mario will wear 3. Oh, look at that! The big man stretching the floor.
Almost impossible to contest that shot. There was good defense by Tyson Degenhart, but you cannot contest a 7-footer with range.
That's just his 3rd three-pointer of the season. Pass nearly picked off by Hall and knocked off of Bowie. So the Spartans playing some good defense.
Right, with Bowie coming in off the bench. Right here you see just one-on-one on the low block. Degenhart helped off a little bit, so had a great closeout, but was just a little bit late for that shot. And again, it's going to be impossible for you to close out on a shooter who has a wingspan probably 7'5".
Angela, did you have that three-pointer by Mario on your scouting report?
I did not.
I'm not sure Leon Rice did either.
Card is going early.
Nice confident stroke there. Here's a picked off pass by Buchanan. They've got a break and a slam. A pick 6.
Excellent.
And the finish.
Excellent job by Buchanan of getting in the passing lanes. Anticipated that pass on the reversal was going to come and did an excellent job of picking it off.
Here's Degenhart, the leading scorer for the Spartans.
We saw Boise State and shoot around do an excellent job of talking about how they're going to navigate these on-ball screens by San Jose State.
Mario just a little bit long. Terrell Davis into the game for the first time for the Spartans, along with the freshman Jermaine Washington. Good defense by Hall, knocking the pass away.
Good idea by Stanley. He just needed a little bit more air under that pass. It was an excellent job of pinning and sealing on the low block.
Washington forces it and draws the foul. Did have Hall standing by himself on the three-point line, but will be credited for the aggression and will go to the free throw line.
This is one of the things that's going to be a challenge for Boise State's perimeter defenders all night. San Jose State is going to constantly attack off the dribble, turning the corner off on-ball screens, and just one-on-one moves. They're going to have to turn, move their hips, try to get ahead.
First free throw no good by Washington. Washington, one of the rare things you don't see a lot in college basketball anymore. A true freshman getting consistent time, but he has played 23 of 24 games and plays about 17 minutes a game. He's been shown some trust by head coach Tim Miles.
This is exactly what Coach Miles wants him to do, is put a lot of pressure on the ball and force Boise State to get into their offense with about 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Stanley also in the game for the first time. Bowie for Meadow. Here's Cardenas now. Shot clock in single digits. They're physical with him. Here's Stanley. Just loses his footing. Here's Washington trying to find a pocket pass. There's Viola to the basket and gets the roll.
Really nice job for the freshman Washington with that pocket pass. As Boise State was forcing him away from the screen, he did a nice job of calling for the screen again, and an excellent roll by Viola.
Buchanan attacking off the dribble. Just too fast.
It's one of the things that Buchanan has brought to this Boise State team. Someone with the ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the paint one-on-one.
Here's McClendon, the transfer from UCLA. Pops and fires a three. Cardenas has a mini break. Dumps it inside. They reverse it. Bowie gets a clean look. Ball chased down and a foul on Cardenas. And that's 2 on him. Crowd's not going to like the call, but good hustle by Washington. And that's a big foul that Cardenas just picked up.
Yeah, right now we see excellent job by San Jose State off the dribble. It's 12-10 here at ExtraMile Arena. We got a good one.
Tomorrow on Fox Primetime Hoops, it's a top 10 women's college basketball showdown as number 8 Ohio State takes on Player of the Year contender Juju Watkins. The 7th-ranked USC Trojans at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. Take a look at where those two teams are. They are right next to each other in the AP Top 10 rankings. I'm very much looking forward to that game on Fox.
Yeah, that's going to be a phenomenal game. One of the things that you have to appreciate about this conference realignment are those sorts of in-conference matchups. Ohio State versus USC. We all know that Juju is a special player. It's going to be a great matchup tomorrow. We got a good one going on here. One thing for Boise State to be concerned with is foul trouble, early foul trouble by Cardenas. And so they need him on the floor. He already has 2 fouls with a little bit more than 11 minutes left in this first half.
And Cardenas was brought in to be pretty much the exclusive point guard. Last year they lost Max Rice, Buzo Abo, and Jace Whiting. And there's going to be, looks like, a jump ball. So good defense there by Boise State. But yeah, going back to Cardenas, that's one guy that Boise State cannot afford to have in foul trouble because he essentially sets the entire table for everybody else all game long.
And San Jose State is just going to turn that dial on their defensive intensity up on Bowie right here. And if you're Cardenas, you know he's a fiery competitor going against your former team. He probably came out with a little bit of extra pep in his step. We're probably not going to see him to the second half at this point.
Here's Degenhart firing a 3.
Degenhart is one of the things, again, an elite scorer with ability to score anywhere on the floor, shooting 30% from the floor, and is a really capable three-point shooter. We'd love to see him take more.
Washington's got the big man mismatch on him. And he comes back and get it, and they switch it. Clendon calling for a screen, denies it. Shot clock is getting low again. McClendon. Washington's going to have to shoot it. Not sure if that hit the rim. And now the officials are going to say it did not. Shot clock violation and another good defensive possession by Boise State.
One of the things that Boise State is going to rely on is the ability to attack the paint. They already have 10 points in the paint, and that creates opportunities to spread the floor. And Tyson Degenhart with an excellent job of rising up and shooting that three-point shot. Again, his versatility on both offensive and defensive ends is on display tonight.
Yep, harassing the freshman Bowie all the way up the floor. Here's Buchanan with it. Talented transfer from Indiana Wesleyan. Buchanan gets it back. Shot clock's getting low again. Buchanan's going to have to shoot this. Fade away by Buchanan. And Angela, how many times have we seen the shot clock get low on for both these teams? Great defensive opportunities creating by both teams early on in this game.
Viola said right there, I'm not going to let the shot clock get down. But right now we're seeing a great defense for both teams. Boise State is best when they are moving the ball and moving their players so that they can get open looks with penetration and kickouts.
There's a smooth move by the freshman getting inside.
Yeah, Boise State, you can't have the ball stick. The ball was sticking in that last possession, which forced them to take a contested fadeaway at the shot clock.
Oh, backdoor. Excellent find there by the big man. Finding Donovan Yap on the back cut. And a rare defensive miscue for Boise State. Spent all this time praising their defense. That was a lapse. And Stanley walked with it. And Angela, Omar Stanley, as we get a look at the nice pass by San Jose State.
Great court vision by Viola right there. An excellent backdoor cut. The defenders were out in the passing lanes, and a nice backdoor cut and great communication from San Jose State.
Stanley was second team Mountain West
last year. He was averaging 12 points and 6 rebounds a game and has really struggled to regain his form. And it's one of those things that Leon Rice has said is just eating him alive, that he can't seem to recapture what he did last year. And a lot of that is due to his inability to stay on the floor because he gets into foul trouble a lot.
The coaching staff has talked to him about being really judicious with how aggressive he is defensively and being smart on some of those foul calls.
Degenhart's hot early.
Well, this is a really difficult defend for Viola. He's going to have to come out and defend Degenhart at the three-point line, which is not his forte.
Angela.
But that is his forte.
That was an excellent move by Davis, who continues his stellar play.
Well, another dime by Viola.
Converts the N1 and gets up a little bit gimpy. And
again, Viola does a nice job in the high post. Great court vision, very comfortable with the ball in his hands. And once again, his perimeter players know, get eye contact and cut hard backdoor, and Viola is going to get you the ball.
Latrell Davis, who has just been on a heater lately, at his career high in the double overtime win with 30 points against Fresno State. And Angela, Leon Rice has put Cardenas back into the game with these 2 fouls. Do you like the gamble at this point in the game?
I love it for a coach that says that you trust your player. We have a great leader, a veteran ball player in Cardenas.
What a move there by Pearson Carmichael.
And he has brought so much to this Boise State team. Boise State's up 22-18. Right now, the freshman, Pearson Carmichael, off the bench, bringing it to the rim.
Boise State up 22-18 early on as both these teams battle against each other on the defensive end. And the anchor inside is Robert Viola, and last year he didn't play at all because he had a foot injury. He came over from Fresno State 2 years ago and is a leading rebounder for this team. He's third in the Mountain West in blocks at just over 1.5 per game. And against New Mexico, he was one of the keys in that game. He had his career high 18 points against the Lobos.
Iowa has his fingerprints all over this game. Already has scored or assisted on 10 points in the ball game. With San Jose State having 5 assists on 8 field goals made early on in the first half.
There's that pressure. DJ's going to just go do it himself. Bump it, grind it, floating, miss it. And Viola got the rebound, but he's going to be called for the loose ball foul.
You know that DJ has a lot of attention from Boise State on the scouting report, and they've done an excellent job thus far in this game of keeping him out of the scoring column. He's 0 for 3 on the ball game, and they've done a great job of keeping him in front of them and forcing tough twos.
Here's a guy that Leon Rice really likes. Pearson Carmichael had that and one as Cardenas misses a floater point blank inside. Carmichael shed his red shirt 8 games ago. He started playing because of the injury to R.J. Keene. Angela, they didn't know when they were going to get him back because he broke his nose. Didn't know how long it was going to take for him to get his mask fitted on. And so they said, Pearson, hey, it's time for you to go, young man. And he's been excellent in his limited minutes for Leon Rice.
The coaches have talked about how he was dominating on the scout team in practice. And so Coach Rice went to him and said, hey, Pearson, you think you can do that in ball games? And he didn't even hesitate and said, absolutely, Coach.
Tough floater there by Duje. And they left a man wide open because he tripped on the perimeter. And Ugbo takes advantage inside.
Well, anytime you have someone falling on the floor, Cardenas is so great with the ball. We already know he's one of the best assist makers in the conference, and that was an easy dump off for him.
There's Davis. They show him 2 bodies, but they leave Yep wide open, and he can't hit.
Boise State blitzing the screens, an excellent job on that blitz by Ugbo.
Cardenas, the court vision, throws it over to Ugbo again. Oh, just smoked that one. But they get the offensive rebound. Carmichael thought about it.
Boise State, an excellent offensive rebounding team.
They harass Cardenas again. And looked like some contact there. No call. Stay with Boise State with 11 on the shot clock.
Cardenas with the ball in his hand is just dangerous. An excellent roll off of that screen by Ugbo. Boise State's got it rolling. But San Jose State, 5 of 7 from the offensive end in their last 7 possessions, doing pretty well.
So Leon Rice calls the timeout for Boise State. And as you take a look here, Boise State sitting there in that 5 spot. And, you know, San Jose State, give them credit. They started 1-5, but since then have been playing a lot better basketball. And Miles he had a lot of good compliments for the way his team has shown fight to battle back, not just from the bad start in conference, but they also started non-conference play poorly and battled back from that.
Yeah, the Spartans have won 5 of their last 7, and they're the only team in the conference to beat New Mexico, which says a lot. They have the capability, they just need to play more consistently.
Cardenas misses the 3, and by the way, the timeout was changed to San Jose State. So Miles took the timeout.
Nice defense by Buchanan.
Duge backdoor, they strip it out of his hands. Gets it back. Here's Donovan Yap, manipulated, cut off. Duge's gonna have to cook. Shot clock's getting low. Duge fires away. Shot clock getting low again.
Boise State is doing a great job of navigating the on-ball screens, communicating the switches, and closing out with a box out.
They're gonna let Degenhart go one-on-one here. He's got all day. Degenhart. Oh, how did he get that floater to go? He was behind the glass, Angela.
You saw everything that makes Tyson Degenhart an elite scorer on display right there. Great patience, excellent hands, and phenomenal footwork with a nice touch over by Holland.
Big possession here early on by the Spartans. Down by their largest deficit. Duge. No.
Nice closeout by Ugbo on that.
Cannon calling for it. He's not going to get it. Cardenas calling the shots.
At Boise State, you see San Jose State's forcing them well out beyond the 3-point line in this offensive possession. The shot clock winding down.
Here's Buchanan.
And I got a sense that that's not the shot that Boise State wanted, but credit to San Jose State. They were active and aggressive out in the passing lanes.
Vaihola. Oh, just missed that one. Thought there was some contact with no whistle. Ugbo 3. Wow.
The silencer, Ugbo saying, hey, don't back off of me. I have the capability of hitting it from this 3-point line. Certainly getting a lot of the fans here in ExtraMile Arena up out of their seats.
And that's his 3rd 3-pointer of the season. McClendon hasn't got going yet. Can't get going. Oh, what a shot there by McClendon. That was nasty.
That was a really tough shot. That's a shot maker right there. McClendon.
And Boise State is starting to really get going now, up by their largest lead. And that guy is in the middle of everything.
Emmanuel Ugbo from the 3-point line. We're raining threes here in ExtraMile Arena. Boise State up 10 with 3 minutes left here in the first half.
Just you did when you...
Thank you, Mike. And Boise State off to a 10-point lead, and they are doing it behind Tyson Degenhart, who hasn't missed a shot from the floor.
We talked about in the open, if Boise State wants to go to the promised land, if they want to make it to the postseason, Tyson Degenhart is going to have to be elite. And thus far in this game, he is flawless. 10 points on 4 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line, and 2 rebounds. He's been doing an excellent job on the offensive end, and let's not miss what his effort on the defensive end. He's such a versatile defender as well, with the ability to switch 1 through 5 defensively.
Degenhart, obviously the MVP of Boise State, but early on, Angela, I think the MVP of this game is Emmanuel Ugbo. That's got 10 points already, and 13 is his career high.
Well, and the energy that Ugbo has been bringing to the team, both defensively and offensively, and getting this crowd going. One of the reasons why ExtraMile Arena is so difficult for opponents to come in and win is because of the energy in the crowd.
Aggressive move by Viola, but he just lost it. Washington, Gamble. Broncos have it. He's open in the corner. That's Ugbo. Bowie, step back. I guess when it's going for you, it's going for you.
Not the greatest shot there. I'm not sure Leon Rice loves it. And he's laughing on the sidelines. But it went in.
It did. If you're Julian Bowie, you say that's what we do down there in Pocatello. We get the shooter's touch here on these rims at ExtraMile. And I got to say, Coach Rice was spot on in putting Cardenas back in the game. He played well and didn't add a foul to the score sheet.
Skip pass, Degenhart. And they desperately needed that, and that stops a 12-2 run by Boise State.
Nice paint attack by Udajay, and help side simply was not there from Boise State.
Boise State also has done a good job on Latrell Davis defensively. He's only got 2 points. And that time miscommunication there. Degenhart looking inside.
Yeah, Ugbo was not set yet on the low block. You want to wait till he gets that low block position and is ready to receive the pass.
Degenhart attacking again. Hall was not ready to shoot.
Yeah, the spacing for San Jose State wasn't great on that play, so he dribbled into a lot of traffic.
Davis, no. They got to shoot this because the shot clock did not reset, didn't hit the rim, and Davis draws a foul. Good attack there by Davis, and a great offensive rebound by Viola, knowing that the shot clock did not reset. And Davis is going to get...
Really impressed with Viola's court vision. An excellent 45 cut on the play by Davis, and a better pass by Viola, who's been dishing it all night long to his teammates, doing an excellent job of sharing the ball.
R.J. Keene picked up the foul, not wearing the mask today. His nose must be feeling pretty good.
Right, and broken in 2 different places, expecting to have surgery on that broken nose in the offseason. But I know for those who have had to wear the mask, it is so annoying. Your vision is disrupted. You're sweating, so I can understand the reason why RJ would want to go without the mask.
I can remember watching Joel Embiid when he had to get fitted for a mask. The amount of times he was disgusted with it, throwing it on the sidelines.
Right. Everyone's not Richard Hamilton, who fell in love with the mask.
Thinking the same thing. It took the words right out of my mouth.
It was an accessory for him.
Turned it into style points, too.
It did.
Here's Cardenas. They show him 2. Duje harassing him. Meadow out of room and swatted out of bounds by the big man, Robert Viola.
Nice job coming over and help by Viola as he's patrolling the paint. It was a great attack by Meadow. You talked about his ability to attack the rim, and Viola just comes over out of nowhere with no body contact and getting all ball on that block.
Broncos got to be mindful of the shot clock here. Meadow coming to get it. He's got to shoot. Bowie fires to beat the shot clock. High IQ play there, getting his own rebound and floating it in.
That's a backbreaker. If you're San Jose State, you have to box out on that shot. You did an excellent job forcing them to take a long-range shot with the shot clock running down.
Largest lead for Boise State, up 12. Spartans need a basket. Who will they turn to get it, Angela?
Right now, they clear it out and try to get the ball in Udajay's hands.
Good look there in the corner.
Nice box out by Meadow.
Critical time here for the Spartans. Broncos seeming to get into their offense and get the crowd involved. Last play of the half. Cardenas. Degenhart driving to beat the buzzer. And he misses that one. And that is how we will enter halftime with Boise State. After early on, things were tight, but they've got some separation here as they head into halftime with a 12-point lead.
And Boise State playing extremely well, shooting 56% from the floor. getting a lot of paint attacks. Ugbo and Degenhart are doing their thing, up 12 as we head into the half here in Boise State at ExtraMile Arena.
Back here with you in ExtraMile Arena as Boise State is out to a 12-point lead. And there's a look at the first half stats. And Angela, what jumps out at you as to the reasons why San Jose State is down and the adjustments they need to make going forward if they want to get back in the game?
A couple things. Boise State defensively is doing a really nice job of chasing San Jose State off the three-point line. And so for San Jose State to really get it going here in the second half, it's going to start on the defensive end. Boise State shooting 56% from the floor. San Jose State needs to contest shots and box out. Boise State's been able to get to the offensive glass on a couple of different occasions. And if San Jose can start to force some live ball turnovers and get out in transition, I think that might open up their offense a little bit. Get out in transition, get out in secondary break, and then in their half court, I really like when they're 4-out, 1 in, with Bahio at the high post and just looking to kick it to Cutter. So maybe some horns action with some backdoor cuts, etc.
And how quickly do you think Tim Miles is going to have his hand on the trigger to get Latrell Davis back in the game if San Jose State continues to struggle offensively?
In a second. One of the things that Boise State has to be aware of is that Udije and Davis have the ability to heat it up like microwaves in a hurry, and they did so in the second half in recent games, and so Boise State's going to have to continue to defend.
Here is a good look in the corner by Yap, and another in-and-out hard break.
That was a good look early on in the shot clock, and so you're going to want to do that to maybe loosen up Boise State's defense and open up some of the driving lanes.
Martinez around the Ugbo screen. Here's Degenhart with it. Ugbo, is he going to get a post here? And there's a rebound by Keene. They didn't box out.
One of the reasons Keene is starting is his intangibles.
And good job by San Jose State to close out on the Cardenas three after they gave it the offensive rebound.
Similar start as we saw in the first half is both teams still filling each other out here in half-court offense.
And really for San Jose State, it's about time to start getting some buckets here. And that's not going to help. Cardenas. Yep, tried to flop, didn't get the whistle. Neto. Ugbo, Keene, they move it around.
Great ball movement by Boise State.
Cardenas. Ugbo. Can he still cook? Overcooked it that time. Duje to the rim.
Again, San Jose State being really aggressive here early on in the second half.
Martinez turns on the Jets and gets the left hand and scores.
Just can't have that if you're San Jose State. No one stopped the ball at half court, and Cardenas was able to get to the rim with no trouble at all.
Meanwhile, for San Jose State, still can't get anything to go. Their first two shots have struggled to hit the rim. Neto with an isolation. And McClendon got two hands.
Again, San Jose State needs to do a much better job of picking up the ball in transition. Right here, he just walked into a layup, being really aggressive off the dribble. San Jose State didn't match up, and the player didn't pick him up until he was already well below the free throw line.
Picks up his third foul. Cardenas around the corner.
Nice blitz by San Jose State on that screen.
Neto, they double. Trapped. Someone's going to have to shoot this. Cardenas. Degenhart. And Cardenas continues to set the table for the Boise State Broncos.
Great patience and poise on that possession. So Degenhart Hall for San Jose State was all over the place on that defensive possession, but the leader on the floor, your point guard, Cardenas, just was so poised and polished. getting to the rim.
San Jose State extremely fortunate there to get the ball back.
Cardenas did a nice job with a nice dump off, as Degenhart is so great there in the short corner or dunker spot and has great hands and ability to finish under the rim.
Cardenas, by the way, up to 6 assists. He is 4 assists away from tying the single-season all-time Boise State record. And foul committed by Manuel Bumbo. Takes up foul number 1.
Cardenas is a really special player with the ball in his hand, so unselfish, able to get his own shot off, whether it's from the three-point line or at the rim, but really unselfish as he sees the floor and gets his teammates involved.
Viola trying to do it himself. Spins to his left hand. Short-armed it again.
Boise State making it really difficult, going one-on-one. Defensively, Boise State's doing an excellent job one-on-one.
Speaking of one-on-one, here's Degenhart with an ice-up.
Good outside.
Yep, they doubled. Keene doesn't want to shoot. Someone has to. Meadow off the baseline. What a move!
Meadow is such a great athlete. We know that he can shoot the ball from the three-point line, but it's been really good to see him aggressively attacking the paint. An excellent free throw shooter, so if you get to the rim and they foul you, you know you're going to make the 2 at the free throw line.
Boise State up by 18. And Meadow bumps and fouls Davis 30 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, his momentum got him. He did a great job of getting over that screen and trying to get out in the passing lanes and deny the pass. Right here, excellent job by Meadow. Just watch as he attacks the rim off the paint. Great athleticism, body control, and finish.
And for San Jose State, they need somebody to give them a bucket here. Yap is going to force his way in, and he must have heard me.
Good floor balance and floor spacing by San Jose State there, which opened up some driving lanes for Yap. And he did hear you make that call.
Now they got to get stops on the defensive end. Degenhart has a wide open look. Oh, net for Tyson Degenhart.
Degenhart is a really good shooter. Look at his stats. His freshman year, he shot 43% from the three-point line, so he has the capability. And as a tweener looking at the next level, he's going to need to demonstrate that he can shoot that 3-ball with consistency.
Well, he hasn't missed today. He's 3 of 3. Hall in an ISO. Good defense by Buchanan, but he's going to get the kind roll off the back of the rim.
Great defense, better offense by Hall. Really patient on that delivery, getting himself to about 6 feet from the basket for that delivery.
But if you're Leon Rice, Angela, are you okay with Boise State scoring like that? ISO, tough one-on-one buckets? As Hall commits the foul on Buchanan.
Well, you know that that's what's coming for San Jose State, and we know what's coming from Boise State, and that is Tyson Degenhart filling up the stat sheet, doing an excellent job from the three-point line. Degenhart is 3 for 3 from the three-point line, and Boise State is up 17.
Back with you here at ExtraMile Arena, and what have we got going on here, ladies and gentlemen? They call this, I guess, the Bronco race. That's not exactly how I drew up racing on a horse, is it? But
maybe the next Olympic sport.
Well, Tyson Degenhart has simply been a Bronco legend, and the legend of Degenhart continues as he sits at 5th right now, and I don't think he's going to score 100 tonight and get to 4th, but you know, Tyson Degenhart, the heart and soul of Boise State. One of the best players in the Mountain West. He was predicted to win preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, and Angela probably would if it weren't for a guy over there in New Mexico named Donovan Dent.
Guard Donovan Dent is a pretty special player for New Mexico, but Tyson Degenhart is as well. Over the 4 years he's been here at Boise State, he's started 95% of the games that he's played in. It's pretty impressive as well, and he has a chance at looking at the top of that list, the greats forward Tanaka Beard from 1989 to 93, a tremendous player here at Boise State. Brought a lot of fun viewing for Boise State fans in that era.
Leon Rice dialing up pressure, smelling blood in the water against San Jose State.
It's a really good job by Boise State of containing penetration.
Yep. Duje. Great closeout. Yap's got to fire. Someone's got to fire. Hall. And there's a foul call. Interesting.
Looked like Bowie might have got him on his elbow on the lift, but that was a great defensive possession. With 1 second left, you do not want to foul right there. Don't foul a jump shooter, and he did reach in a little bit on the gather, and as Hall was going up with the ball, but unfortunate for Boise State. Great defensive effort. You don't want to bail the opponent out.
Leon Rice is talking to the official about the call, but I think you're right. I think the official had a good eye there. So unfortunate for Boise State as they commit the foul with 1 second left in the shot clock. Hall, much needed points there for San Jose State.
Yeah, continue to pick up full court.
For Tim Miles' squad, he's said for some reason about his team, they like to get down before they want to try and punch back. And they've got to start doing that pretty quickly because they are on the verge of really letting the rope go.
Yeah, Javen Buchanan with some beautiful footwork. San Jose State didn't send the double team over. Buchanan was one-on-one on the low block and did a nice job with a turnaround over his right shoulder.
Buchanan picks up the foul, ticky-tack foul. Crowd lets you know what they think about it.
Yeah, and some of these were touchy-feely fouls, the last two fouls by Buchanan and Bowie. But Boise State, you don't want to put San Jose State in the bonus early on in the second half.
That's just Buchanan's first foul. Davis is going to get a three-pointer out of it, and there he goes. Finally, some daylight for Latrell Davis.
It's precisely what San Jose State needs to do. Some paint attacks and have your spacers at the three-point line.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Leon Rice may have just picked up a technical foul. And that is exactly what happened, I believe.
So Coach Rice has been talking about the foul on Bowie.
Maybe not
like a technical right there.
That looks like a warning, just a warning. Leon Rice was in the ear of the official. Cardenas has an open look. And remains with San Jose State. So the official clearly went over to Leon Rice and told him something. It looked like he was going to tee him up. But
Coach Rice has had a couple words to say, again, questioning some of those foul calls. But as we saw on the replay, the foul on Bowie was definitely some contact.
Leon Rice avoids the technical. San Jose State.
A lot of standing around offensively for San Jose State. Not much movement offensively.
Hall had a look, didn't take it. Now he'll take a pull-up. Here's Cardenas. Buchanan, what a catch, and good deflection there by Donovan Yap.
Good look up the floor by Cardenas. Boise State is pretty judicious in getting out in transition or really pushing the pace. Buchanan did a great job of running floor, got behind the defender, but that was going to have to be one of those Josh Allen NFL MVP threading the needle passes to complete that.
So here comes the freshman back into the game, Jermaine Washington Jr. Degenhart, 15 points to lead Boise State. Buchanan had a look, didn't take it. Instead is going to grind in the post, and is going to draw a foul. So at least they're starting to call it both ways.
They are. Buchanan here in the second half is being really aggressive with the ball. In the paint, once again, Buchanan one-on-one, a really strong physical player who's finding out that he can compete at this level, was competing at the NAIA level and has done a great job in that transition and brings a lot of value to this Boise State team, both offensively and defensively.
We'll have a timeout on the floor here as Hall picked up his third foul. So, game's getting physical. We'll see if San Jose State can get back in it. Well, one player that has had an absolutely stellar game thus far, Emmanuel Ugbo. He joined the program last year in the spring as a mid-year enrollee, the first-year sophomore from the Netherlands. 10 points and just 3 points off of his career high. He was inserted into the starting lineup by Leon Rice because, get this, he wanted defense. Well, look what he's given him. Offense, too. How about that?
You gotta love it. As a defender, you get a chance to put the ball in the basket as well. Ugbo only averaging 2.7 points on the season, so already surpassed that in tonight's ball game. And what else we're seeing today is the points in the paint. So Boise State is plus 16 in points in the paint. A lot of those with Ugbo just delivering on the low block.
And Angela, you were quite the defensive player in your time playing at Stanford. And what's that feel like when you get a chance sometimes to get some buckets?
Well, I'm a firm believer that offense sells tickets and defense wins championships or ball games for sure. And so it's such a huge part of a successful championship contending team.
And that looked like a goal, Ted. And so Latrell Davis is going to get credited for the basket. And so Davis is starting to get more aggressive here, and the Spartans need it desperately if they're going to try and get back in this game.
San Jose State, 4 of their last 5 field goals, so they're doing a much better job of getting better looks, quality looks, and making it.
Cardenas doing a lot of dancing, and finally Washington's whistle for a foul. Got a little handsy there.
He did. A great job navigating screens, and Cardenas does a nice job of coming off the screens and resetting. But Washington did certainly get a little bit of handsy.
And Washington's trying to say that Cardenas was doing a little acting. He's having a funny conversation with him. Degenhart looking for the back door. It's not there. Washington still ruling the hands there.
Nice splits by Hola.
Cross-court pass. Meadow. Someone's got to fire. Buchanan step back 3. Here comes Latrell Davis coming off his career high in that double overtime game with 30 points. He's been on fire lately. He sees an opening. Almost.
Good contest on that play. Davis has the ability to rise above defenders, but that was a good contest. It made it a difficult shot.
Leon Rice knows the scouting report against Davis. Doesn't need that much room or that much time to get going. Degenhart spinning. Good defense there. Gets his own rebound. Bumping. Grinding. Out of room. Baseline shot. And Spartans fail to get the defensive rebound.
Nice smart tip out by Degenhart. I love it when players know that they aren't in position to get the rebound and you just tip it out.
Cardenas just dribbling around, sees an opening, gets to the basket and scores.
One of the things that happens, and he did a nice little pat on the back to the defender on that play on Latrell Davis, who did a great job and was defending at a high level. But Cardenas just is so good with the ball in his hands, keeps the dribble alive, and is able to attack the paint.
UJ with a quiet game, just 2 of 8 for the floor. And attacks the rim, draws the foul.
Well, in a game that pits him against his former teammates, Cardenas is just attacking the rim with a plum today. Boise State up 17, 11-11 left on the clock.
Well, I heard there's a big game coming up, and it's going down live in the Big Easy as the NFL on Fox team hosts America's Super Bowl party. Special appearances by Post Malone, Lady Gaga, and Brad Pitt. Super Bowl pregame show live, 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox, and streaming on Tubi.
So who do you got in that game, Derek?
And put me right on the spot here. You know, you can never pick against Patrick Mahomes, can you? Can you really?
Really should.
I'm not going to be the one to bet against that guy.
Yeah, my Dallas Cowboy fandom does not allow me to cheer for the Philadelphia Eagles. But how remarkable would it be to see a three-peat in the NFL? It's pretty impressive what they've done already and what Patrick Mahomes has done in his short career. But to go 3 for 3 in the NFL with all the injuries and everything they have to deal with is pretty impressive.
And what's funny about the Super Bowl is it got completely upstaged by the NBA trade deadline. when Luka Doncic was traded to the Lakers. It felt like the Super Bowl became an afterthought.
Sure, a lot of NFL administrators and executives were not happy that 95% of the talk shows were talking about that trade.
They call it get back for the NFL stealing Christmas. Out of bounds, the ball will remain with the Broncos. Meanwhile, back for San Jose State, they did review that goaltend and determined no change.
We see Buchanan and Bowie here on the floor. Boise State is doing an excellent job with bench points, and most of it is coming from Buchanan and Bowie. They've done an excellent job. 18 bench points, and they're accounting for 14 of those 18.
And Javen Buchanan, who was an excellent player for the NAIA, transferred over from Indiana Wesleyan. And it's funny because Leon Rice was, he was watching some of the NAIA games. He was actually scouting for someone else. Saw this guy come across his radar and decided, it looks like a player that I want.
Well, that's one of the things that the transfer portal has allowed. We see Dalton Connect, who went from Northern Colorado and ended up at Tennessee, had a great season last year, got drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers before he was part of a trade package a couple days ago.
Yeah, you see that more and more as transfers and all the things that we've talked about that potentially we don't like about the college basketball game as Davis goes to the basket. But one thing that a lot of the transfer mania has done is it's given a lot of D2, JUCO, and NAIA players a chance to shine on this level.
It gives them a chance to find the place where they fit, where they're needed, where their skill set is needed, and they can go in and have a lot of success. And Buchanan is an example.
Cardenas just continues to stick it to his old team as he reigns in the three-pointer.
Such a great story about Cardenas and just how he got over to San Jose State at a young age, loved playing basketball. His father was a coach, went off to train in the Czech Republic to play basketball because he loved it so much.
And Angela, don't look now, but Latrell Davis is starting to get cooking. He's up to 12 points after the slow start. But is it too little too late? Speaking of a cook, how about the day that Emmanuel Ugbo is having for Boise State? It's just getting ridiculous out here for him.
You love it when you see somebody that is so committed to the defensive end, have some offensive success. And Ugbo has contributed today offensively and really got this team and this crowd going early in the first half.
Davis trying to stay hot. Ball stripped out of bounds, but he's going to draw a foul.
Boise State in the second half has done an excellent job of just moving the ball. So ball movement, players cutting, that 45 cut into the high post by Ugbo. Again, reversing the ball. You see how the quick reversal and then a beautiful drop-off pass and a kick out to the open Cardenas. Great ball movement. That's one of those highlight video offensive plays.
San Jose State, despite still being down by 18, has made 6 of their last 8 from the floor. Behind Latrell Davis, who's attempting to take matters into his own hands. But San Jose State, when they went through that drought, now what they have to do is get stops on the defensive end while staying hot on this side.
They're starting to see the ball go through the rim. They're getting themselves to the free throw line and chipping away. Get a 16-point lead, and I love the fact that San Jose State is staying with it. And that's one of the things that Coach Miles talked to us about is the ebb and flow of this team. When they get big leads, sometimes they take their foot off the gas, but when they're behind, they are never defeated.
Bowie, Degenhart, pump fakes, and finishes inside and one. Degenhart flexing his muscle to the Boise State crowd.
One of the things that the Boise State women's basketball coaches talk a lot to their post players about is the patience of Tyson Degenhart. Great hands in traffic, and then just the patience to let the defenders fly by as they're trying to block the shot and finish in traffic.
Now committed by Joel Murray. He picks up his first. Degenhart to the line, of course. He leads the Mountain West in free throws attempted and made. Just elite at getting to the line. And did not make me look good on that one as he misses the free throw. McClendon wide open and hard foul by Degenhart. McClendon clashes to the floor. And so Will McClendon will go to the free throw line, the transfer from UCLA.
And on a free throw miss, defensively, if you're Boise State, you have to get back and defend. San Jose State did a great job of kicking the ball ahead on the pass and getting out in transition with McClendon attacking the rim.
Leon Rice not happy with the defensive lapse. Despite being up 18, he still coaches.
Yeah, you still have to pay attention to the little details, and that is one of those. On a free throw, you already have somebody back defensively. You cannot let them advance the ball so quickly and get to the rim uncontested.
McClendon, by the way, it wasn't like he was one of those players that came from a big-time program and didn't play. He was a big part of UCLA's program before he transferred over. Played in 29 of 33 games his last year there at UCLA. 21 minutes a game.
Started 3 times, so yeah. He certainly was a contributor on that roster.
Did you see that no-look pass by the freshman Bowie? And Cardenas, the ultimate passer, goes over there and gives him some love.
That has to be something if you're Bowie. First of all, the trap is coming. Great no-look pass to Degenhart in traffic. You got to love the hands of Degenhart. Such strong hands, ability to catch the ball in traffic and to finish at the rim.
McClendon picks up his 4th, and when the best passer in the Mountain West comes over and says, nice pass, young fella, you know you just made a good play.
Well, and as Coach Rice has condensed this rotation, Bowie's getting a lot more minutes, and you can see he's playing himself into a rhythm, getting a lot of confidence with the ball in his hands offensively, and it's really nice to be able to play on the floor with Cardenas as well, have 2 ball handlers.
Last year, of course, Boise State had Jace Whiting, Max Rice, and Roddy Anderson, all 3 no longer with the program. Bowie, the freshman, a lot of potential for Leon Rice. Here's Davis with it. He's up to 14. Davis, fish out of water is Degenhart. Davis attacks.
Nice job defensively by Degenhart. Again, his ability to switch out on guards and defend.
Carmichael back into the game for Leon Rice.
Degenhart calling for the ball one-on-one on a low block against a guard in call.
He's got it now on the wing. Shot clock in single digits. Cardenas zips it into Degenhart. Not quite that time. Forced it. Good defense by the Spartans. Now or never for San Jose State. And Yap just fell. And a tie-up.
Good hustle by Boise State. Great hustle by the Broncos on this play, going for those 50-50 balls. Boise State, 5 of their last 5 field goals. Great offense, and the freshman Bowie doing a great job in this game.
Well, Cardenas, the ex-San Jose State point guard, has been absolutely destroying his old team. Doing it from the pass, doing it from the score. He's been all over the place. And that's been every part of the point guard that Leon Rice signed when he brought him over for San Jose State.
The fiery playmaker and floor general is having quite a ball game. When he has the ball in his hands, he has such an amazing ability to see the floor and get the ball to the right person or to be able to take the shot himself, averaging 6.7 assists on the season. That is one of the highest assists per season for Boise State since the legendary Fred Williams in 78-79. Fred Williams, a huge, iconic figure in women's basketball for years.
Oh, there he goes again. Are you kidding me? 9 assists for Cardenas, 1 off the single-season Boise State record to tie.
And wait till you see this replay. It was a subtle look-off by Cardenas, but got the defense going out to the 3-point line and left Degenhart wide open for a lay.
Davis. No.
Oh, the offensive board. Gap travel.
And Boise State's done a great job all evening long. San Jose State has taken 14 threes, and it feels like the majority of those threes have been contested. They have not had a lot of open looks from the three-point line, thus they're 2 for 14, and that is just an all-out effort by Boise State.
And for Cardenas, it's like he broke up with his ex, came with his new partner, and then showed up to the club with his new partner and decided to just stunt on the ex he just left.
I just want to show out in front of the home crowd as well. Say, this is why I left. This is where I'm coming, Boise State. A great crowd. I entertain them on a regular basis, dishing and diming, getting the ball into my teammates' hands where they can just lay it up.
Cardenas did travel for one of his very rare mistakes of the day.
Spartans struggling to score. Haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Yep, the step back. Not there. Good tap out by the big man by Hola. Isolation basketball. Neither it's away.
Big closeout.
Yep. Too much. Trapped in the corner. More one-on-one basketball. Davis. Cut off. Nope, not going to get that from referees. And did the shot clock reset? Was it supposed to reset right there? I'm not sure what happened.
It might have barely grazed the rim on the downward spiral. But that was a great defensive effort by Boise State. A little bit of a letdown that they score on that, but excellent defensive effort.
Referees rule it grazed the rim. They do score off that play, but they're still down 19.
You can tell that San Jose State is very much aware that Pearson Carmichael can light it up from the three-point line. They're not giving him much space to screens.
Yeah, picks up the foul. And when Cardenas played his first game back at San Jose State, he did not have his greatest game. 13 points, was 5 of 13, had... Or excuse me, he 7 points, 10 assists, but he did have 5 turnovers in that game. So I'm sure he had it on his mind to play a lot better here in front of the Boise State crowd against his old team.
Yeah, 2-point win there in San Jose. And you know, for a player like Cardenas, because he wears his heart on his sleeve, he plays with so much passion and ferocity and competitive juice, that you know he wanted to go back to San Jose State and have a good game and probably put a little bit too much pressure on himself.
Not only is Cardenas the best passer in the Mountain West, he's also 8th in the country in total assists per game, and he also leads the Mountain West in assist-to-turnover ratio. So that's the mark of a great point guard. McClendon banging his way, and it's just been a brick fest for San Jose State today.
Yeah, I love you bringing up the assist-to-turnover ratio. He's a great decision-maker who takes care of the ball. So offensively, where Boise State is quite efficient as an offensive team, you know you're going to get good looks.
Carmichael harassed by Degenhart. Spins away. Shot clock's going down again. Here's Cardenas. Straight away. What can't this man do today?
Basketball can be so much fun when you're having a game like Cardenas and he's starting to talk to San Jose State's players a little bit, trying to get the crowd going.
Foul on the perimeter.
Ian Cardenas, the shot clock's running down. Such great court awareness. Nice little hezzy getting the defender McClendon to back off just a little bit to create enough space to get that three-pointer off.
Buchanan picks up his third, and yeah, Cardenas is really stunting at the club, dancing with his ex now. Just really sticking it to him.
Yeah, look at the stat line. 16 points on 5 of 9 from the floor, 2 for 5 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and 9 assists.
And here we go. Cardenas has got it again. Is this for the tie, the record? Crowd thought it was going to be.
I thought it was number 10. It looked good as soon as it left Bowie's hands.
So you got to wonder how long Leon Rice is going to leave Cardenas out there.
May have to wait for him to get that record. Duje waltzes into the lane and scores. Keene is over there to check in as Boise State well in control of this game.
And if you're Tim Miles here, your team's been playing a lot better. A disappointing showing, I'm sure, for him and for the San Jose State Spartans.
Carmichael laces a three. Knew he missed it. Got us on board. Hopping. Moving.
Carmichael's going to be a fun player. Just a freshman. The ability to shoot the ball and put the ball on the floor. When you talk about San Jose State coming in here, this is a really tough place to play and to win. Boise State is averaging in Mountain West Conference play, averaging 22.5-point deficits in their wins. And so right now they're at 24. This is what they do.
So Boise State winding down this one. Degenhart in the post, spins. Bowie travel. And that might be it for a lot of the starting players.
We're seeing a lot of great basketball by Boise State. Freshman Pearson Carmichael with that rim attack and the finish with some contact. Boise State winning big here at Extra Mile.
Well, Boise State running away with this one as they look to get their 4th straight win. Very much in the driver's seat. And here's what Boise State has. A very, very difficult schedule upcoming. They got to go to San Diego State, then the showdown with New Mexico. Nevada, which is no slouch. And many of the bracket experts around the Mountain West think that 2, maybe 3 of the top teams are going to get into the tournament. And Boise State, for their part, if they want to have the best resume possible, many of the Mountain West bracket experts think they can only afford to lose 1 more game, and they have to essentially run the table to have a chance at the at-large bid.
Yeah, right now, net ranking 48 for Boise State, and really playing quality basketball as we head into the second half of conference play. As Coach Rice has shortened up this rotation, we're actually doing a great job, and Cardenas getting a rousing ovation.
Cardenas heads to the bench. An excellent game. Came up 1 assist shy from tying the single season record. 16 points, 9 assists, and only 1 turnover.
Quite a ball game right there.
And it's really been him and Ugbo that have spearheaded this Boise State win.
Well, a lot of players that came in contributed in several different ways, whether it was Ugbo both defensively and offensively. And right here we just see a little bit of a reach in. A little bit too aggressive on that.
Not the dreads. Not the dreads, Angela.
You don't want that.
Don't go for the dreads.
Lockett Jr. at the free throw line.
Lockett fell a little bit out of the rotation, but still a piece that Leon Rice believes in, but just trying to go with the hot hand. And one thing that Leon Rice told us that he stressed in our shoot-around, he said on the shortening rotations as offensive foul that the crowd isn't going to like. But Leon Rice told us, you must defend and you must rebound if you want time on my floor. And he was very explicit about that.
Well, we know what their aspiration is. It's to get to the NCAA tournament. And we talked about earlier, offense sells tickets, defense wins games, and rebounding wins championships. Pure and simple. And if you want to play for Coach Leon Rice, if you want to contribute to Boise State's success, you have to do those 2 things first to earn your playing time.
Mario handed it right to Omar Stanley and then committed the foul. And speaking of Omar Stanley, this is a guy that if Boise State is going to do anything in March, they need Omar Stanley to get right and be at his absolute best. Stanley, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, last year, 2nd team All-Mountain West. Struggled to stay on the floor with foul trouble, but in my opinion, still, outside of Degenhart, the most talented big on the floor for Boise State.
Yeah, scoring down from 12 points to 8 on the season, and he certainly has that capability once he gets in rhythm.
Well, substitutions for both teams all in.
And these are some crucial minutes for those coming in off the bench. If you want to earn that trust from the coaching staff, you have to demonstrate you're going to rebound and play defense and make good decisions here.
Steven Vasquez Jr., the transfer from Fresno State, on the floor for San Jose State, as is Pasha Gadarzi, redshirt freshman. Dylan Anderson in for Boise State. Good pass there for Stanley. Stanley, easy bucket inside. Great big-to-big pass.
Yeah, I love that high-low look from Dylan Anderson, and his teammates up on the bench cheering him on. That was a great look and an excellent finish by Omar Stanley.
Anderson was starting for Leon Rice. Fell out of the rotation just a little bit, but as you mentioned, this is the time where it's for Leon Rice. Just show me something here, because their number might be called at any point.
Picked off by Boise State. Here's Keene to the rim. Smoked it, but followed up by Pearson Carmichael. Not quitting on the play.
Again, Carmichael demonstrating his athleticism, and one of the things that he's going to be special here at Boise State for years to come, because he knows how to score the ball.
Floater in the lane, no good. And Boise State well on their way
to improving their record to 17-7, 11-1 at home. And the drought for San Jose State continues here at ExtraMile. Boise State 22-0 against the Spartans at home. Soon to be 23. And looks like they'll get one more shot to beat the shot clock, which would be rudely rejected by Mario.
But that'll do it. So Boise State handles business, does what they were supposed to do. The last time these two teams played, it was a 2-point game, came down to the last possession. This time, no such thing. Boise State dominated this game pretty much from the opening. San Jose State scored the first 4 points, but after that, it was pretty much all Boise State, and they did it behind that man, the point guard, Alvaro Cardenas.
Quality effort for Boise State for 40 minutes. That was probably one of the closest to 40 minutes of solid basketball that you'll get from a team at this point in the season, and it happened on both ends of the floor. Defensively, Boise State did an amazing job defending San Jose State, taking away the things that they love to do. Contested threes is all San Jose State got. Contest at the rim. San Jose State only shot 38% from the floor, and Boise State offensively, the offense was flowing. They shared the ball with 4 players in double figures at the end of this game.
Tyson Degenhart lit the way with 22 points, shot 9 of 11 from the floor, and had 6 rebounds.
Well, that'll do it for Angela Taylor and the rest of our Fox Sports crew. I'm Derek Clark, signing off from Boise. Have a great night, and thank you for